Unidentified flying objects.
Mr. Burton, you say that you have seen a UFO. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely right. It happened just over a year ago.
And where was this?
Near my home in Aldershot, in the south of England. I live near the big military base in Aldershot.
What time of day was it?
It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was out fishing. The weather forecast said it was going to be a warm, clear night with no clouds, and that's perfect for fishing.
And what happened?
Well, I saw a bright light coming towards me at about 300 feet, and then it started to land. It was behind some trees, but I could see it clearly because there was a full moon. Then I saw 2 forms coming towards me, and when they were about 5 feet away, they just stopped and looked at me for a good 10 or 15 seconds.
What did they look like?
They were quite small, about 4 feet tall, dressed in green suits from head to foot, and they had helmets of the same color with a red visor, so I couldn't see their faces. They both carried space guns.
Did they speak to you?
Yes. The one on the right said, "Come this way, please."
Weren't you frightened? I mean, weren't you surprised that they spoke English?
They spoke in a funny accent. It sounded more like a machine talking than a person. No, I wasn't frightened. I don't know why. The one who spoke started to walk towards the light, and I followed him with the other one behind me. We got to a wall, and the first form just walked through it. I couldn't believe it. I had to climb over it, and then we got to the spaceship.
What did that look like?
It was about 45 feet across, and silver, very, very shiny, and there were round windows all round the side.
Did you go inside?
Yes, I did. There were steps going up, and we went into an octagonal room. I stood there for about 10 minutes. The walls, the floor, and the ceiling were all black. I couldn't see any controls or instruments, but there was a central column going up from the floor to the ceiling, about 4 feet wide, right in the middle of the room.
Were there any more of these forms?
No, just the 2. Suddenly one of them said, "Stand under the red light." I couldn't see any red light, but then I moved to the right, and I could see it up on the wall just under the ceiling. I stood there for about 5 minutes, and then a voice said, "What is your age?" I said, 74. Then they told me to turn around. After about 5 more minutes, one of them said, "You can go. You are too old and ill for our purposes." So I left and went back to the river.
Did the spaceship take off?
Yes, I heard a very high-pitched noise, like a scream, and the thing took off straight into the sky and disappeared. I sat by the river and watched it go. This was about 2 o'clock.
Then what did you do?
Next morning I went to the police, and in the afternoon someone from the Ministry of Defence came to my house to interview me. He told me to keep quiet about the whole thing, and tell absolutely no one. I thought this was very strange, but I did as he told me.
Why have you decided to tell people about it now?
Because I want people to know what happened to me. I didn't used to believe in UFOs, but now I know they exist. I think governments are trying to hide something, but people have a right to know.
Thank you, Mr. Burton, very much. A fascinating story.
Dictation of times. 1.
What time does the football match start?
3:15.
2.
Is it on TV tonight?
Yes. It's on BBC One at 9:55.
3.
That's a shame. My favourite programme is on then.
What's that?
A documentary called Life on Earth. It starts at 10 to 10.
4.
What time does it finish?
10:25.
Looks like you'll miss it if you want to watch the football.
5.
The next train to leave from platform 9 will be the 11:05 to Bristol, calling at Reading and Swindon.
6.
When's the next train to Durham, please?
Let me see. It's the 14:28, platform 11.
14:28. That's,
28 minutes past 2.
7.
I'm meeting someone on the Manchester train. What time is it due in?
It's running 20 minutes late, I'm afraid. It'll be at 19:40, platform 2.
Thanks.
8.
The 12:15 flight to Dublin is now boarding at gate 5. 12:15 Dublin flight, gate 5.
9.
Do you have any luggage, sir?
No, just hand luggage. What time do we start boarding?
At about 25 to 7.
Thanks.
10.
What time is the plane due to arrive?
At 7:45 local time.
11.
Which flight is yours?
BA 302.
What time does it go?
21:30.
12.
What time do you go to bed?
Never before midnight.